Animations for World of the Nerd Couple are generated by Plotagon. Visit plotagon.com to check out the app.
Larry, nice to see your office is in top shape as always. So this is what it's like after you've said goodbye to cube walls. I don't know. Sometimes I actually miss them. This feels more like a room, while I tend to associate cube walls with an office. Or maybe I just miss overhearing all the office gossip. Hope your laptop's running alright. I think I heard a desktop this morning that sounds like it needs its bearing oiled on a CPU fan, chirping like a cricket from being left on all the time for years. Computers need their bearings greased. Do they need brake rotors every few years too? Well, computers aren't entirely devoid of moving parts. Okay, only 1,000 more emails and I'm caught up. Well, I suppose you're wondering why I sent you a meeting invite. Step forward, please. We know about everything. All of it. The YouTube channel. Your tech demonstrations. Lauren's vlogs. Her issues with Cindy in HR. You've done quite the job keeping things professional. I don't mention names. Might mention things, but that's about it. I'd rather sound off on concepts and ideas rather than go on smear campaigns. The AMD Ryzen has seen enough of that. That's why I complimented you on being professional about it. Good job. You know how many times a social media person like you has done something like splurge internal information or something. I understand you and Lauren have a vacation coming up. If after you two get back you want to talk alternative schedules so this job doesn't get in the way of your YouTube, then I'm sure something could be arranged. I think I'll be needing a vacation now after the way you nearly made that sound. Well now, don't go running off forever now. We like what you do here and want you here. Lauren too. However, if this job's holding you two back from being able to explore your creativity with your YouTube channel, we can certainly work something out after you get back.
And that was it. Do you really think this is where the story ends? Larry's a big-time corporate guy. We can't take everything he says at face value.
Well, he said he likes what we do. I'm not so sure about that open scheduling thing he mentioned though, but if it's a possibility we should see what our options are.
I still have this nasty feeling that we should just skip the vacation and start a job search instead. This week-long cliffhanger on Larry's part has me really worried.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that part of it. What I'm certain of though is that for the next week at least the company will be paying us a full week's salary for no work. Let's worry about any nasty surprises with Larry after we have our fun for the week.
Well, now that you've presented it that way, should I bust out the cheesy classic romance line that, no matter what, at least we have each other?
No cheesiness needed. Is there anywhere in particular you wanted to go?
I can think of a few places, perhaps tomorrow. Good morning, dear. How do I look?
I take it you had some kind of beach in mind.
Oh, come on, dear. Don't tell me you never had any fantasies about taking some hot nerd chick to the beach. So you have, haven't you? I think you should drive, my man, since you're actually still wearing real shoes.
So I'm guessing you've decided to put our job worries out of mind and actually enjoy our vacation.
I do believe that's what the back of our minds are for. Hey, look. Is that Shelley out for a walk? Honk the horn. Hey, pull over for a bit and let me speak to her. I heard she was really upset before we left the office. I just want to make sure she's alright. Wow, Lauren, you look absolutely amazing. Heading out with the man for some well-earned vacation. How did you guess? Yes, much well-earned indeed. What was the story with you earlier though? Did your husband not like your Ryzen computer? At first he joked about how I essentially built a wimpy server instead of a good desktop computer. He's made his peace with it though, and apologized to me for getting too rambunctious. Well, that's good to hear. Did you shut him up with some real-world gaming performance too? Those processors should have no trouble capping out a 1080p 60 experience. Yes, that was part of it, alongside me guilt-tripping him about why on earth he would make his soulmate so upset over something like building a computer. Ooh, them's fighting words, Shelley. Those fighting words. Shut him up though. Hey, this calls for that nerd rally thing that you do. What was it again? Nerd up, nerd up, nerd up. Woo 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 woo. First time I've ever done that, in my swimsuit. Well, I won't hold you two up now. Have fun, you two. Looks like Shelley's all set. Thanks for waiting, dear.
Gotta love that we're heading to the beach though. Not like some obnoxious blizzard, only a few days before the start of spring or something.
Oh boy, perish the thought. That's totally a New England thing though.
Way better than the beach vista relaxation show on TV, right?
Oh, you know it, dear. But even at the beach, my phone is still pinging with various tech news like what's gone on with the Nintendo Switch.
Oh brother, you had to bring that up, didn't you? Lauren, we're supposed to be on vacation.
Oh, sorry my love. I didn't know that was such a big thing for you. Actually, why is it a big thing for you?
Well, at least I'm having this discussion with a hot nerd chick at the beach instead of being depressed all on my own.
Hey, come on now. I said I was sorry. Then again, we're totally nerds for talking about this sort of thing on vacation at the beach.
Oh, isn't that the truth? We head out to the beach for some vacation relaxation together and wind up talking about video games or something.
We're nerds. It's what we do.
Nerd up, nerd up, nerd up. Woo 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 woo.
But in all seriousness, how do you feel about the Switch?
Well, before we left I was likening it to the Atari 50-100.
That bad. Now I'm really sorry I brought it up. I'm guessing you mean the connectivity issues with the Joy-Cons.
It's not like the self-destructing controllers that Atari had to deal with, but one of the most rudimentary things that you need in order to sell a successful video game console is for the games to be playable. Actually, I'm just disappointed because I grew up with Nintendo. I remember when they were so synonymous with video games that playing them was referred to as playing Nintendo. Then the 90s happened, and beginning with the Nintendo 64 we saw Nintendo become crippled with gimmicks for 20 years. The Switch was a good idea, and a good response to the defensive state that consoles find themselves in these days. But the more I learn about the Switch, the more I see the little gotchas that make me not want to buy one.
I know what you're talking about here. Gotchas with the saved games, store purchases, a plastic screen when even cheap tablets can come with Gorilla Glass.
Indeed. The issues with Joy-Cons are the least of the issues that Nintendo has to sort out.
Honey, I'm so sorry I brought this up on our vacation. I promise you I'll try to keep our discussions to happier things.
Happier things like, say, you trying to surf even though you've never surfed in your life.
Okay, dear. Now I'm really sorry I brought that stuff up, but here goes. Well, that was a fun vacation day. Thanks for the surfing lessons, dear.
Whatever could you mean?
It still beats shoveling snow during spin art New England weather, right?
Oh, you know it. You know people think staycations are boring and lame. I'm not so sure about that.
Only one way to find out. One day at a time, and see what the rest of the vacation brings.